Profanity Nation.
Yeah, it's the new era of man for some old school fans with a new school brand. We got money on the mic with the plan in hand. And Stat Pat to his left, they go hand in hand. And to the right, we got Simpster, he putting it down. It's the Profanity Nation, we running the town. Yeah,
It's the Profanity Nation.
Profanity Nation.
Hey, welcome to the Profanity Nation podcast, where we are the voice of the professional fan. We're here every Tuesday, every Wednesday morning now on infinitytv.com. I'm here with my co-host, Money Mike. How you doing?
Man, I'm great, man. What can you say? Well, you know, Lakers after playing pretty good. I'm happy. I'm excited.
You're good. They're starting to roll.
Yeah. They're actually doing a little something.
So they care now.
Right.
Stat P-E-T, is that what it is? No, P-A-T. I'm sorry, I was reading the statue, Kobe statue. My bad. Stat Pat over here to the left. Let's spell that right, people. Stat Pat, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. But you know what? I think there may have been some spelling errors on that, but I think they used that opportunity to change that whole shit up. Because people did not like it when it first came out, and people were talking crap about it. So I'm thinking like, okay, well then, you know what? Thank God for spelling errors.
Okay,
Take
so
the whole thing down, and let's change his face and change everything about this thing because.
Well, you know what's so crazy about that? It's funny that you brought that up.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk
I
about it.
knew what
in
I
the
was going
beginning.
after to start. Yeah.
So, what's really interesting about it, like when the story came out, the Lakers were like, oh yeah, well we known about that for weeks. Like, dog, what are y'all talking about?
Right.
Y'all did not know about this for weeks. I think it's impossible for them to have known about it for weeks because if they would have probably have tried to fix it before anybody else noticed.
Right.
Right. But my question is, do we get a refund? You know what I mean? I want my money back. You know, how much that statue cost? It probably cost $100,000 probably. You know what I mean? $200,000. Do we get a refund? Like, why do y'all not know how to? Okay, bomb, VOM, wafer, the decision. Like, okay,
They got it right above it.
no, yes.
And then
So
the
here,
next-
hold on. Spell check should be able to do that. Like,
For sure.
I mean, I get that the names. You know what I mean? Like Calderon. You know, and that other whatever that's actually a word. It's just not a last name. But come on, y'all. Like, what are you doing?
Guys, look, we personally here, we kind of have a little bit more vested, not interest, but emotions in this because we know Dan Medina, the sculptor of the Kobe GG statue that sat here for well over a year, knowing the pride and the passion that he put into that just to create that piece of art. And I know that there's a family that pretty much has the monopoly on the statues over there in front of Crypto.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is appalling.
Yeah.
This is shameful.
Yes.
This is beyond unacceptable and embarrassing.
Yeah.
It couldn't have happened at arguably, no question, the biggest statue to ever be placed in front of Crypto/Staples, that the house that Kobe built. And it's just extremely disrespectful that wasn't double, triple, quadruple checked before it was etched in stone and then released to the public, and people had to find out on their own.
Right. Like, how are you going to unveil something with errors? Like, you literally said, ta-da, and then came out with this, and we were like, wait a minute, though, but is this ain't finished? This ain't finished. Like, what are we doing right now? This ain't finished. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't want to just harp on everybody a part of it. I don't want to go ahead and kill the organization, but we got to do better. If we want to call ourselves, we want to go ahead and say that we're the Lakers and we need this respect because of our prestige and all this stuff. And we got to be pristine then in our presentations. And if we're the standard, then we got to be the standard. We can't bring out something like this that is like, not really
looks rushed to market.
Look rushed. And you had time. You knew the date when you wanted to bring it out. Your timetable was already set. You were able to go ahead and do that. You should have. It just doesn't make any sense because what was messed up is just the writing. So the sculpture itself was okay, but the writing should have been. You had way too much time to get the writing right.
My question is, how many people proofread it, and how many?
Apparently none.
No,
Well,
dude,
I mean,
no one proofread nothing.
They would have had to. Listen. At some point in time, somebody actually would have had to gone on the computer and wrote down everything about what it's going to
And
look
that
like.
little red line came
Right.
up. But look,
Yeah, I mean,
I believe that the sculpture is foreign, so I don't believe they speak necessarily the best English. So they were relying on some things. It doesn't matter. You have to get that right.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice. You have to get it right. And
Yeah.
and they didn't. And they didn't. And it's a mark.
Yeah, it is a mark. It's a mark. It's like that's what I'm saying. I don't want to pile on because there's been a few things this past week. The Lakers organization, I want to say that, has been looking un-Laker-like. You know, to go back to what you were saying, like I know for a fact he may have been foreign, but I know for a fact he wasn't a Laker fan. Because if you were foreign and you liked the Lakers, you would be like, oh, what? Von? That's not the right name. Like, that's not the right name.
Right.
I know what this is supposed to look like because I'm a Laker fan. I know this is not Von, it's Von. Like, I'm already checking it myself because I'm a Laker fan. Now, all this proofreading, that's one thing. But I know for a fact he is not a Laker fan because he would have caught those mistakes on his own. And I don't know if we want to talk about that little courtside little.
I don't understand that.
Little thing.
I don't
Let's go
understand
for
that. What are we doing? Like,
Let's bring it up.
so.
Mike, what happened?
Well, okay. We have LeBron James, and he's in between Jeannie Buss and Linda Rambis.
Okay, time out. LeBron James at a game.
At a game.
Not playing.
Not playing.
Okay, night
Sitting,
off.
Right, not off.
Okay.
And he's sitting and he's sitting in between Linda Rambis and Jeannie Buss. And Jeannie Buss, who is married, by the way, as well as LeBron, does that little I'm going to take my head and lay on your shoulder kind of thing. And it really was like a half a second. But, dude, it's a picture. So now she is laying on him forever.
Permanently.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a picture, and he, just kind of, it's a picture. What are you guys talking about? That is, in all steps of word, not throwing no shade, that's a flirtation move. That is, I really like you move. I mean, why are we publicly doing this? And you are a player, and you are communicating with an owner. Like, what? Come on. I'm just so disgusted by all that.
I'll comment. I actually don't see it as flirtatious. I see it as a term of endearment. It was very much like my brother type thing.
But you don't do that publicly, though.
What you don't do, you're right, is when you're the owner, you're the gym. You have to maintain that professional separate. Like,
that's all it is.
Let's just say, Jeannie, I just would like to add, could we imagine Steve Ballmer sitting there with Kawhi? And they're sitting there, and here's Ballmer or Mark Cuban. It's not a female-male thing.
It's not even that.
You can't.
It's not even that.
It's just that there has to be a professionalism. And how the optics. How do Laker fans deal with the fact of thinking that she's thinking rationally about whether LeBron is actually a good enough player for the money versus someone that she loves and cares for personally, whether it's a term of endearment, family or not? It doesn't necessarily breed the confidence that you have what it takes to say, no, LeBron, I'm sorry, you're gone. I don't know. Time will tell.
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely. LeBron is going to get whatever he wants. It doesn't matter if they're good or bad. It's like, hey, LeBron, you're here. We're going to give you whatever you want. Lakers are known for overpaying their superstars.
Yep. Taking care. They'd call it taking care.
They call it taking care of, but, did take care of the Lakers, and I just don't feel like LeBron have taken care of the Lakers.
I just think if you want another superstar of his ilk to come through those doors, you better treat LeBron James right at all costs because there's no way we're going to say, okay, we're the Lakers, you're LeBron, and kick him out, and just because you know what I'm saying, like.
Well, I'm not saying kick him out.
We're playing the long game,
but don't
here.
smooth to
But
him,
we're playing the long
She
game.
is smoothing to him, though.
We're playing the long game.
They're talking
She's
about
putting
giving this
up the
man
billboards.
$60
Please
million.
stay, LeBron.
Yes.
But
Thing is,
he's
she just
staying
looked
at
very
quarter.
unprofessional.
That's
at the
it.
End of
That's
the day,
it.
At the end of the day,
It's just-
I don't even want just to even mention that it's a woman-male thing. Y'all know what professional business people look like. I don't even want to hear about, oh, is it because you're only saying this because she's... No, we're not. Professionals act professional, and they look at, if anybody is like you said, Steve Ballmer's or Mark Cubans or the Dolans, like, look, like, you can have a cool relationship with him. Magic
private.
Johnson had a cool relationship with Jerry Buss, but I don't think that they were out there like in public like this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? We knew they were cool, but that was off the clock.
Right.
You know, there was a power dynamic, as it should be, as an employer and an
Hierarchy.
employee.
And
There
the
is
hierarchy wasn't
definitely
there.
a hierarchy. We know this. So that has to maintain every time we, as an understanding, you got the keys. You go into my refrigerator anytime you want, LeBron.
Right.
Sure.
You can do anything you want to. Park in my parking space. I don't care. But what we're not going to do is in public get any misconstrued who is the owner and who is calling the shots. That's not ever going to, because when you look at that picture, you don't really think
optics.
she's calling the shots.
The optics are
like
terrible.
that. Now, she could be, but it doesn't look it. It definitely doesn't look
It doesn't breed confidence.
Doesn't. And my man is way too comfortable. He is way too comfortable to be in that. And you want to put it on. You see, this is. I mean, and I don't want to say this, Mike, but I want to go and push a little bit back on it, because we do this a lot by blaming that woman for how she's acting, and my man was square in the middle and allowing all that attention.
Who
and
was
not
that?
one time did he even act like he was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that we were talking. We gotta give LeBron James some blame
throwing
with that
shade
too.
at him though. Oh my gosh, it was LeBron and it had it was a meme of him getting kissed on the cheek. Who was throwing shade at him?
I don't know. I don't know. But you see what I'm saying? It's
I can't think of who. I
it's-
can't think of who
it's
it
just
was.
that, I mean, accountability got to be across the board. And,
Yeah.
and you know, and Linda Rambis ain't, she ain't above it either, because she's out there, right in there trying to tag team.
Well, the
like,
fact
what's
that
going on?
the
Like,
fact
you know what I'm
that
saying? Like,
the
what's
fact
happening?
that Linda Rambis and Jeannie Buss are best
That's what I'm saying.
friends,
That's what I'm saying.
hanging
That's
out
what I'm
with
saying.
LeBron,
What I'm talking about?
and they have them in between.
What's going on here?
The fact that he sat in between them
Dude.
is
Bruh.
bad in itself.
Bruh, I mean, it's what it is.
It should have
Optics
been
look terrible.
It should have been Linda, Jeannie, LeBron, right? You know what I mean? That's how it should have been.
Now,
Why would they say sit in between us, LeBron? Like,
Did the story
it's
come
just
out?
all these in the windows, and then look, the story came out.
About the $500 million?
No, I'm
When
not even talking
when did
about that.
happen?
I'm
Did
not
that
even
happen
talking
before or
I'm not-
after
I'm
that?
not
Because
talking about that.
I really would love, like, before the picture or after the picture, because that
No,
would be very
but-
telling.
but,
If
okay.
after this picture he got $500 million.
But you did see that they were at a SC game, and Savannah and LeBron were both, but their faces weren't. Savannah's face was not very happy.
Because she was embarrassed. She was embarrassed.
Yeah,
You
so-
don't do
I
that.
don't. I don't.
I'm just
think so.
saying,
I think
listen,
she's well aware.
one may not-
of Jeannie Buss and her family style relationship with LeBron. I don't believe it caused any stirs within. I believe it's all from us. And that's fine. All us being the media, but there's still, it's factual that the optics don't look good from a professional standpoint.
Professional standpoint.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying. I could rock with that. But
Exactly.
what happens is the narrative is there, right? If you have this here, and then like you said, we're the media. You know what I mean? So you have this here. You can freeze the picture, her laying on it.
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the next time we see LeBron with his wife, then I'm mad. They could listen. People manufacture things all the time.
Yeah.
And this allows for things to be manufactured because we know LeBron's been so clean cut. He's never had a scandal You know, so is the media looking for? Not Profane Nation. We're not looking for it. But what is the media looking for? They're looking for a
I think
scandal.
we're going to keep the topic here. We have a few things I'd like to bring up that are kind of on more of a scandal side, not necessarily scandal side. Let's keep it right here with your favorite guy, LeBron and the Lakers. Y'all heard what KG said, right? On his podcast that LeBron is definitely has used performance-enhancing drugs. Have you heard that? Or
No,
that?
I didn't hear that.
You did
Wait
not
a minute.
hear that.
So KG is claiming that LeBron have used PEDs.
Yeah, Mike, you want to look that up for me? See if you can find something on that. I mean, you know, until you have proof or something, and then I'd say, does it really matter? Everyone's probably doing it still.
I mean, at the same time, it would in a way, because I'm thinking some of these guys that are really trying to do it clean and are breaking down are not using performance enhancing. Because if they were, I think they would be recovering way quicker from these injuries. Now, these guys are coming back from Achilles injuries miraculously. These used to be death sentences.
Science is great now.
I mean, science is great. It's over the top.
Well,
now.
I was about to say that with Aaron Rodgers, because they was talking about that.
Right. You said that right from the start.
I was like, no, that's impossible.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad he didn't come back, because it's like, come on now, why are you trying to play games? Well, that's what's been for the Jet fans. You know, I don't want to believe it. I want to say he had good nutrition, but I mean, the thing he's saying if it's for a fact, and matter of fact, we got to go ahead and get that quote, because that's very interesting.
You know, listen.
I wanted to know for the people, man, who are watching, you know, what would this mean for LeBron James's legacy?
I don't want copyright protection. Yeah, he did say he used PEDs per kg. I don't see any reason why KG would lie. He doesn't strike me as the jealous type, but then maybe he is. Who knows?
He might be.
We don't know anything about that, but I'm just bringing it up because it's out there and it's a topic. If we didn't bring it up, we didn't bring it up. But
I mean, well, look, for the record, last year there was they tried to tie LeBron to that. There was a story about that.
Yeah.
And then the story kind of said that there was no involvement, anything like that. So, but listen, hey, if he did, it's never going to be proven. But let me just say this. It's almost kind of easy to do when you try something that is new and not been determined to be
right.
part
when you're on the front
if you're on the front of
cutting
it,
edge
right?
science, you're absolutely right. You're
so-
staying ahead of the curve.
Yeah, so
No question.
And I mean, listen, look, Kobe used to, and everybody, this is full. Kobe went overseas,
Germany for the knees.
had blood, withdrew from him, spun around, and put back in him. and that now that they did that, you know, what was that, 10 years ago?
Maybe more.
They do that here now, you know, where they spin the blood and they redo it. But Kobe was getting that done in the summer for that, you know, for the technology.
Yep.
It wasn't deemed to be illegal. I don't even think it's even deemed to be illegal now. But at the same time, when you have the ability to hear about something that can help you, that's not what under the rules or the guidelines, if
it's even gray.
I mean, look,
Right.
what they say, man, if the cop didn't see you run the red light, you didn't run it.
break that. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of that, and hey, I mean, it kind of is what it is. I'm not mad at that at all. If they don't test for that, then
that's fair game.
then it's fair game, right?
I agree with that. You agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm gonna see. I'm stalling you out. I'm helping you,
There you go,
LeBron.
LeBron.
You know what I'm saying?
Next.
Much love.
Next on the kind of scandal, not really a scandal, but at least up for opinion and judgment. Caitlin Clark, of course, right? Going out there, she's going to be probably the number one pick. I think we know, right, to the WNBA. She recreated the Kobe picture of him in the shower with.
But there was a high school player that did that too.
That's becoming a theme now. However, she did receive some backlash for doing it. When I saw it the first time, once again, Profanity Nation, we have intimate details because we did a whole show based on that one photograph. With Andrew Bernstein talking about what exactly happened, what was going on, and it wasn't a joyous moment for Kobe.
No.
So when I saw it, I was kind of like, ooh, like no, you obviously don't know the story behind that picture. What were your thoughts?
You know, the backstory aside from Kobe Bryant, because if she had known it and known that, probably she wouldn't have done it. Or, which I think, you just have to make sure that if you try to recreate that photo, it has to be the pinnacle. It cannot be anything lower than the top of the top award you can get. Like if you're like Caitlin Clark and you got the Big Ten, that's a conference championship. That's not even Final Four, of the NCAA tournament. You didn't win the championship. You still got work to do. Kobe Bryant is just exhausted from the whole year and everything else that went along with it. This is him just taking an exhale. You still breathing, girl? And you ain't even getting started yet. Your legacy is still in the balance because you got to get back to the championship. Like, you got to keep going. So I just think it was not – poor taste would be a bad way of saying it, but I just think it was just, like, cringy. I just think, like, okay, that's too small for them to be like
without sounding rude. It's just like it's a little ignorant.
It's just you're right.
You didn't know, right?
You should know.
Well, I mean, listen. I heard about Caitlin Clark one. I didn't necessarily see it, but I did see Trent Perry do. And Trent Perry is a freaking McDonald's All-American, and I commented on that post and what I said was, he doesn't even understand why Kobe was sad.
Yeah.
But what's so interesting about that is people didn't even realize that he was sad.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you insight into something about what that is. Yeah. So I'm 100% offended because, it's something that you kind of seem cool, but you gotta be able to. Because here's the thing, I really expect. All the McDonald's All-American high school player, I don't expect him to know.
Right.
But Caitlin Clark, you got to be a historian of the game because I know Kobe was a historian of the game. I know Kobe knew, what Jordan was doing. He didn't, and played, Bill Russell and all the other stuff that was going on. And you had to study every part of the game, not be a part of it, but know the historical impact of it. So I'm very disappointed with them doing it, and then they're mocking, and it's such a sad, it's a sad moment where the whole story, nobody knew where he was, and he was reflecting, and he was sad. He really was sad at that moment.
Yeah.
What should have been the happiest moment ever, and you guys are mocking him. Come on.
Well,
man.
you're recreating it. You're recreating it for just because, and you don't know. I get it. It seems like that's like everybody holding up the sign, the Wilt 100 points, right? That one, you're like, well, he scored 100. I accomplished something, right? 40,000. LeBron, he's going to hold that up. That I get. But there's just a story behind that one, and
I was very disappointed. And I hope they don't.
I hope that trend
continue.
slows down.
I don't know if it is though. That's the thing about it. I don't think it's going to.
It seems
and
to be
picking
picking
why?
up.
Is because they feel that they're paying homage.
But
what I'm saying is they're thinking they're doing that, and at this point in time, Kobe Bryant is not just Kobe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kobe is this it's eternal figure now. It's not even like he's the best. He is now in some weird realm that really, if it's us as Laker fans, don't really realize that we're living through some weird times right now as just Laker fans. Because think about any other fan base, anybody that won, like say the Yankees, and somebody was like kind of like when I think Mickey Mantle passed away, and they're like, what? He's supposed to be old, you know what I'm saying, when he died. Not that young, And you still a Yankee fan. You can't. Everybody's sharing this whole thing about like, damn, Mickey Mantle died. You know, like and now it's kind of like the same thing. Like we're Laker fans, but we're like, yeah, but we all remember Kobe like vividly.
Right.
Like it's not like it was a distant memory.
Larger
Like,
than life.
we know him.
Yeah.
And now these kids are seeing like this figure, and of course you have the whole Gigi thing. You know, that just adds to it. These kids are just coming up there, and it's all Kobe's like godlike figure right now, and everyone wants to be now Kobe. It's, you know, they want to be Kobe. Even though they want to have that Kobe.
But they don't want to be Kobe.
Well, they don't want to be like. They don't
They're
want to
trying
be like
to
Kobe.
associate
No,
their
see,
passion
so-
with Kobe's passion.
Yeah, but see,
Right.
but that's my thing though. Like, you know, it's you have to, in order to be Kobe, you have to work out when you don't feel like it, right?
Yeah.
Like there's certain you know, mama mentality is really like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, putting in work when nobody else is watching. These types of things. So I think people love the results of what they see, but they don't really understand what they go and work that we put behind that they go through. You know, he didn't go club. He didn't have all of his extra free time was for his dedication for the game.
Yep.
And so then when you talk about mama mentality and all that type of stuff, you really have to go and try to at least display that you know what it means. You know what I mean? Because it's a real major thing, you know, for you to want to, like, I don't feel like going to work out, but then not only am I going to work out, I'm going to push myself to work out like I want to.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And that's what I really expect for people to really consider that, especially because he's not here on Earth anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a major thing for me because, yeah, it's nothing to play with, man. Like he was really serious. He really was crazy. He really, you know, and I want people to really understand that, not just, oh, okay, this is a cool moment. I'm gonna imitate Kobe.
That's why I'm over the mama mentality as a phrase to use for somebody that worked hard. I'm kind of like over
Right.
that because I think Kobe Bryant was his own thing. Because let's be real, okay? Jordan had the same work ethic, but nobody had a moniker for it. You know what I'm saying? Kobe called it the mama mentality. Okay, cool. He coined it. He coined that phrase, and now everyone wants to be like, okay, they already got the mamba mentality. No, they don't. No, they don't. You can have hard work. You can have dedication. That still was around. You going up, putting up 1,000 shots a day.
Every single NBA
You know
player
what I'm
that's
saying?
made it to the league.
You supposed to
every
do that.
WN player has hard work and
You
dedication.
supposed to have that.
It's,
So
it's literally the cream.
that's
It
what you
rises
need
right
to have hard
to
work
the
and
top.
dedication. Now, yes, now are there people that are not going to the clubs and people that are going to clubs and just basically relying on talent and not, you know, work ethic and getting fundamentals and stuff like that? Because you know those players. We see those players. They get a good 8 years in the league,
Mhm.
and then that vertical stop being a 40 to like a 36.
Yes, their bodies start
You
taking a
know
toll
what I'm
'cause they're
saying? And
not
like
taking
now
care
all
of
of
the
a
body.
sudden, now all of a sudden they basically are amongst the commoners, amongst the regular people, right?
Right.
So in order to get to that longevity, you have to have some kind of extra gear, and you got to be, like you said, Mike, not going to the clubs. You can't be out there gallivanting. You know what I'm saying? You got to be straight focused and have your eye on the prize at all times if you want to reach those levels. Because we can see right now, one thing I want us to also understand, we witnessed 5 championships by one man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We see this. Now look back, and now remember that, and Duncan had his 5. You know, and you have who else after LeBron and Curry? Who else are getting these championships in bunches?
Nobody.
That's where you
Right.
know there's a difference. That's where you know, yes, those guys are working hard, but they ain't working that damn hard.
Mhm.
They ain't that crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I just think, let me see you guys Go out there, stop using Kobe Bryant as your example, and make your own way and show me you got the same kind of mentality as a Jordan, as a Magic, as a Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And
as
the
a
only
Kobe.
person I see, man, I bring up again is Anthony Edwards right now. Like,
He has
You know,
attitude. I
yeah.
think right now his
So-
game
SGA.
is well. I want to look at because you know what?
Shy.
Because
I love the side story.
I want these
I-
kids to do it in the playoffs.
I love the side story.
We ain't gonna give them nothing.
Hey, but I love the side
Do it in
story.
the playoffs.
You know what I love about the side story is that dude literally is averaging 31 points, and he don't have like that big major. We gonna endorse you, whatever, but he is completely killing it. He's in the MVP conversation.
Absolutely.
He kind of definitely deserved it. I don't know why he's not as popular, not more popular.
Okay,
You know
Like,
why? That's
I
easy.
mean-
That's easy. OKC.
Yeah, but-
if it was Dallas, he'd be more popular. It was just the state lower.
Dude, if he was the Lakers, he would be the new
Oh, God, we
coming of,
already know
the Messiah.
If
He
it
would
was
be-
Boston,
But you know what though? Can we really say that though?
Yeah.
Well, this is what I'm asking. We knew about Kevin Durant when he was in OKC. We knew about Westbrook when he was in OKC. You know,
but they were together.
You know
It
what I
was
mean?
all. It was them.
But
and
there
Harden.
was. I mean, there was still.
and
It's
each
still the
one
same
of them
city.
still had to leave.
No,
to
but we
truly get
No, but we
where they wanted to go.
There is very little conversation. We knew about Durant when he was in OKC. You know what I mean? Like it is, and
okay. So why do we know about Durant? And
when he was a number
what?
two pick.
No, but Durant and Westbrook.
Yeah.
Okay.
and Harden.
And Harden from in the Lakers three-peat year. I mean, the Lakers back-to-back year.
They brought us to the conference finals.
They took the Lakers to 7 games in the first round. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
They're on the map now. They're on the map. Next year, what they do, they follow it up, and now they all making noise. Now these kids got confidence. What I'm saying is, we don't know Shy and them until they do this junk in the playoffs. You know, you want to impress me at this point in time? Yes, okay. I want them to snub him, and I want you to get your hair on fire, and I want you to light this bitch up. That's what I want you to do. Because, see, right now these numbers are fluffy. I'm good with the numbers. I'm cool with it. I like your seating. That's cool. That's cool. It's a good story. Now, though, but you want to be a part of the big boys. Look at what you call. Look at Denver, just chilling.
Okay, let me.
Just chilling, like
so
chilling.
let me.
Oh, go ahead.
They
That's all,
gas it a
Okay,
all
so-
we
they
need
to.
is a third seed, and we good. We
Hey,
good with the
so
third
serious.
seed.
So serious question: is Shy Kevin Love? Can you remember when Kevin Love?
We don't know yet.
When Kevin Love was in Minnesota, I mean, he was a double machine, and then when he got on, Cleveland, he was like,
Well, he was
this
already
guy
playing
is horrible.
Cleveland.
So,
No,
is
different
Shy
player
Shy the real deal,
We don't
or
know yet.
or is
Shy's
he in
the real
OKC?
deal. Shy's the real
We
deal.
don't know.
Shy, you know why I'm going to say Shy's the real deal?
I gotta see it.
Because Shy took the trade, and he got traded with a bunch of picks for Paul George, and he proved with a chip on his shoulder that they made a mistake.
Yeah.
A bad, costly mistake. So that alone proves he's got that.
He got the juice.
He's got the juice. So, and I believe he'll carry it through to the playoffs. I
I
believe.
hope so.
All right,
he
well,
has what-
look, I'm
That's the
interested.
way
I'm
you
interested.
gotta cut your teeth, man. You got to cut your teeth in the playoffs.
right. But-
I'm interested.
It's good stuff. Okay, guys. So really quick, we normally talk a lot about Lakers. Let's just get to it really quick. Lakers are currently 36-30. They've won their last 2. They still sit in 9th, and they are a game and a half out of 8th spot. Thoughts on that, guys?
You want to go, Money?
Man, listen, I actually for the first time am feeling that they're actually going to be in the playoffs without a play-in. They're actually playing really good ball
Play
right
pretty good
now.
ball.
You know what's interesting about that too, though? Like, I'm really am hating the narrative of we're going. Like right now, 2 weeks ago, everybody wanted to fire Darvingham. Right now, and everything's quiet. He's proven himself. He's doing a good job. If they lose 3 games in a row, they're going to go right back to firing Darvingham. Like, we need to figure out what the consistent narrative is going to be about with this team, and we can't and just try to worry about being consistent. I know we got Vanderbilt coming back, which is going to help us. They're actually playing good. They're actually playing good ball right now. So I actually have no complaints about like what I see. And
Did he say Bradley Beal's coming back and to help us?
no, I didn't say Bradley Beal.
Who'd you say?
Vanderbilt.
Oh, Vanderbilt. I thought you said Bradley Beal. I'm like,
Like,
what?
wait a
I didn't
minute.
hear Vanderbilt. I'm
Wait a
sitting here
minute.
going, what?
It's
the-
Bradley Beal.
What? Okay, so fill us in on the injury. So Vanderbilt's coming back.
Vanderbilt,
What's
he's
going
still
on?
in the team, right?
So the Shams had an article. I mean, he was on an interview where he said that Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent are going to be. They're pretty much 2 weeks out from coming back. So that's also going to be depth. Our defense is going to go back up to being at that level that we needed to. If he's coming back from his injury and he's not have any limitations, we should be back where we would, when we're locking people up. I just think that there have been still some moves where you can see LeBron James and some people around Darvin Ham are not calling his play. Like, they're not even looking at him in the cuddle. Like, they're literally doing their own thing and not paying attention to Darvin Ham. And so, yes, we should stick on the narrative, but I'm saying, it's probably closer to your narrative about we play when LeBron want to play than it is that basically Darvin Ham has done anything differently to get these wins. You know what I'm saying? Because I still believe they believe that he's all because it's seriously.
I mean, as you say that, you know what's funny about that? What I'm thinking about was when they created the narrative that when D-Lo, they showed, they were like, yeah, LeBron told D-Lo to go take that shot and win. You know what I mean?
So that LeBron called it.
So LeBron called the play.
He's still in the game, even though he didn't play the game.
I mean, and what's funny about that is, like, that was the narrative on the little meme that you're seeing, like, on Instagram. But when he was talking to him, I didn't really see him saying, you take the shot. But that was the narrative that they have. So, obviously, people feel like that LeBron, is more people listening to him than Darvin Ham. So that's really what is interesting.
And well, let's go back. Like, it's talking about the person that was part of that is D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
And thank you for not trading him.
Right.
I'm just saying. Let's be real. We got to come out there and say we're so happy. We got to be happy not trading the D-Lo because you're not, like I said once before. We were never going to get that production from anybody that's making that same money. You're not going to get this kind of production with him making only, I think, $18 million.
But that's because he hasn't had to play defense. He's only played offense, and that's the problem in the playoffs. He's going to have to play defense.
He's going to have to become a liability. He didn't have to do what he's doing now.
He's going absolutely
because that's what I'm saying.
Or he's going to be a liability.
He's going to be a liability on defense, but I can't let you be a liability on defense and you get 6 points.
Yeah,
you can't do both. If you're going to be a turnstile on defense, then I need you to go ahead and just be a gunner on offense. You just got a gunner. You just got to go ahead and make that person that's you're guarding work. You don't make Jamal Murray work for those shots. So you don't make him work. I need you to make him work. Now, probably one thing that Jamal Murray is not a small dude. So some of the ways that D-Lo kind of like uses leverage to get his shots, that's not going to really be on somebody that's got the same kind of build and maybe a little bit stronger than him. Like, you're not going to be able to bully Jamal Murray for baskets. So, but I still think he could be scored on. The Lakers are in a good position. Well, not in the standings, but they're moving in the right direction. You know what I'm saying?
They're trending in the right
direction.
direction.
I see what they're doing. And everyone's pretty much is not bought in. I mean, Hachimura finally getting Hachimura minutes like he's supposed to have gotten from the jump. So he's doing good. I mean, AD
who the MVP on the team though?
Well, AD.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
of course,
dude is playing like
first player in the history of the game to go 27, 25, 7 blocks, 5 assists, and 3 steals.
Come on, man.
Like what?
I mean, I really am like, why is he not in the MVP conversation?
LeBron.
Because I mean,
they'd have to hand the baton over. That's not.
It's like Kobe Bryant. Why was it never Kobe Bryant? And when he was having those great seasons with Shaq, was he ever in the conversation for MVP? Yeah. Because Shaq was there.
No, it was more the league hated on him. Yeah, I mean,
Well, they hate on street clothes.
Well, everyone
Yeah.
doubted that he could do it.
Kobe
by himself
Bryant
anyway.
should have at least 3 MVPs.
Oh, 100%.
At least 3.
100%.
I mean, they gave it to Kevin
But
Nash.
again,
not Kevin
look,
Nash.
once
Steve Nash.
once they didn't give it to Jordan every single year, now it's just a political thing that they got to share.
They have to share it. I mean, they have to
So
share
it's
it.
okay.
Yeah,
now
but
it means less.
They purposely.
It's not
They
legit.
have to share it.
They have to.
They
share it.
purposely did not give it to Kobe. It was.
That's why Carmelo got
Well,
one.
it was a bad timing.
That's why Carmelo got one.
And Charles Barkley too.
Charles Barkley.
Now, you guys know, because you watch the show, you listen wherever you're at, that we finish every show with a segment we call Money Mike's Out of Bounds. Money Mike is going to share his thoughts or opinion on a topic, and it's easy. He just wants to know, are those thoughts or opinions in bounds or out of bounds? Money Mike, you have the mic.
So literally, I've changed my out of bounds 4 times in this show, right? Actually, my first out of bounds was going to be about the statue, but
Okay.
you ruined that. You know what I mean?
Surprise!
So, but anyway, there's one thing we did not talk about, so I'm gonna make this my out of bounds so we can talk about it, right?
Okay.
So March Madness is coming up, and I do not know anything about the men's going the tournament. I know USC won the Pac-12 tournament. I know USC women's won the Pac-12 tournament. I know that LSU women's lost to the other USC, South Carolina.
Yeah.
There was a big brawl, which I love. The brother was coming out. I'm all into this. I know they gonna come and meet each other. They have a rivalry with themselves. Don Staley, dog, you got 5 people in the WNBA and you still went 31-0 and you reloaded. Listen, the reason why there's no tournament selection now is because the men's, conference championships this week, they need to fast forward. I don't care nothing about the men's NCAA tournament. I'm only going to watch the women's NCAA tournament because I know all those players. I know Juju. I know Caruso. Not Caruso. Caitlin Clark, the one that pushed down Flage. Amelia, I can't think of her name now, but y'all know.
Yeah.
Angel Reese, Flage. I don't know I don't know anybody on the male side. Am I out of bounds to say that I only want to watch the women's NCAA tournament? Am I out of bounds to say that? I'm going to do my bracket. How about we do a bracket on the women's
Oh no!
NCAA
See,
tournament?
that's where you lost me. That's where you lost me. See, and there is the difference. See, there is the difference because it's more compelling. It is top heavy. I still don't know anything about the men's tournament, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to fill out a bracket.
For the women and the men.
How, bro? Do you know? You haven't even heard the 64th team in women's basketball.
Listen,
You've heard the 64th team in the men.
Who is your Final Four, though?
What?
You know it's going to be
Yeah,
USC,
you
UCLA. UCLA is good. South Carolina's
Yeah,
good.
it is more
LSU,
compelling.
you know.
But I still got to watch the men's tournament, maybe. But if you were said, who am I more excited to look at? I'm more excited to see the women.
I think I'll say you're in bounds, no question.
Thank you,
but
thank you.
the storylines always play out for the men's in the March Madness tournament as it goes along, and so does the intensity and the intrigue. So no question about that. But with that, you're in bounds. So I think you got 2 inbounds. But I'm gonna pose a question for you really quick, and then we're out of here, guys. Is this year's WNBA draft equivalent to the '96 NBA draft?
No, it's not. It's not.
Could it prove?
It got to be.
Could it prove to be
Is
as
Angel going to come out?
Yeah, I think they got to come out. I think they're all coming out.
Well,
But I don't know if Juju coming out because
No, Juju's ain't coming back.
because
She's a freshman.
NIL deals and people
Yeah.
are like they're
No
not going
reason
to
for
come
her to
out.
rush
So
out, too.
nobody's
She's got
really
records
trying
to
to. Yeah,
break.
she's in SC now and she has that and she's a star. So she's not going to come out. I don't think.
She get all the Kobe's and Nikes and.
Yeah,
or is this just
Juju
the
is
start?
passing out Nikes to her team
It's
now.
just the start of things to come for the WNBA and,
yes,
and
I
women's
think,
college, hopefully.
and let's
Talent.
Can you let us know? I mean, you would know better than we would the draft picks that the Sparks have this year? How many draft picks?
Their biggest
three
is number
top 10.
2. Yeah, so,
So they have-
2, 4, and 8, I believe,
So
unless
2,
they
4
traded 8 for 12, but 2, 4, and 8.
So 2, 4, and 8. And the girls that you're talking about,
Yeah.
probably Caitlin Clark is
Go on.
going to be
Well,
number
Caitlin's
one.
going number one.
Number one. So you figure anybody, if Angel
Angela
Reese
Reese,
come out,
Yeah.
do you understand me? If Angel Reese finds her way in a Sparks uniform, it is
Listen.
wild.
In Los
But you
Angeles.
know what?
You know,
though?
because they're talking about those endorsements you're talking
Yeah.
about. Those endorsements about this. We about to put. We're going to put like not just the Sparks, but the WNBA will be in full swing if the Sparks are good. If the Sparks are really good, WNBA is
Aces
good
and the
with the
Mystics.
Aces and the Mystics,
Yep,
and
yep.
it's going to be. And you got the new blood. You know, you just got New York. Kadescu is still
And
popping.
Indiana now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's yes, it has to prove to be, you know, because you know there's the 2004 draft that was pretty nice too. The 2004 draft, the
Yeah.
1996 draft, 84 draft. Those are the ones that stand out, right? Because of the Hall of Fame talent that came from those drafts.
Yeah.
But yes, heck yeah, dude. I think it's and a lot of those names that we're talking about, since the Sparks have 3 in the top 8,
Yeah.
we're going to get.
We're going to get somebody.
We're going to get some
We
power
gonna get-
power
we gonna
coming
get
in.
somebody.
We're going to get, and they're going to be ballers. Because these girls right now this year are balling.
real.
Yeah.
They are
They're talent.
playing. They got
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah.
This is not you know back in the day. You know when we were like looking at them like okay Tennessee's going to win again because
Yeah.
they're like no
Yeah. No.
and we're intrigued.
No.
You know,
I'm
we're
really-
like-
I'm
Yeah,
really
because I want to
interested.
see. Listen, I know. You know, if LSU and South Carolina was going to be on the same side of the bracket, they for sure not going to be on the same side of the bracket.
no, they're not going to do that. Why would you do that?
They are
The
going to
selection committee
definitely.
is not.
They-
They use a computer. They use a computer to a point, and then they're like, okay,
Well, the computer starts somewhere.
yeah.
They have a if we could have our perfect final four, it would be this.
Yeah.
Okay.
They can know,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, it's
Because-
gonna be
because
good forever.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to
use
be.
the
Let the
computer.
stars align.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be made because see, listen, it really is great because actually UCLA and USC and UCLA have really good teams.
Yep.
Like UCLA was ranked number 2 in the country. USC was ranked number like 5 or 6 in the country. So you have like this West Coast even from a Los Angeles perspective.
Yeah.
Like we
ready.
coming over there.
We actually ready.
You know what I'm saying? Stanford, they just, we whooped on Stanford, but
We
Stanford's
coming.
good too.
Dude.
Like yeah, so we
gonna
know
be fun, guys.
yeah.
It's gonna be
It's
really
gonna be
fun.
fun.
But
And
you know
as
what?
know-
Bonnie James, they going to the tournament. I'm letting y'all know.
And as we know,
No shade. No
as
shade.
you know, you can catch
8
all
and
your
13.
Sparks information right here
Average 5
on
points in the season.
InfinityTV.com with LA Sparks Weekly. This year's going to be great. We
No
are
shade.
coming back. We will be at the
Season's
WNBA
over.
draft party for the Sparks. We will be with the team, with the coaches. We'll be talking to the players, get their reactions and everything at the draft party. So be sure to stick around with InfinityTV.com because we will be there with all of this, guys. All right. Another great episode.
So yes, sir.
We'll be
Love
back
it.
next week. You know what to do. Hit the click, hit the follow, hit the subscribe. Tell your friends, tell everybody, tag it, send it out. Infinity TV, Profanity Nation. We out.
Peace.
Peace.